Hello Hylians! Sometimes you just want to collect as much materials as possible, and today that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna learn some of my favorite locations to farm some rare materials and as many materials as possible in the least amount of time. I'm Nico and I'm a Zelda completionist. If you want some Zelda content or need help with anything, consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. This is my second video like this, but you don't need to watch the first one before this one. I'm just continuing on my list on the best locations for farming, and with that said, you don't have to follow exactly my route, but you can just choose which routes you like and follow them. After this video, feel free to watch the first one. The first video had focused on some rare materials like hardy salmon, hardy bass, and hinox parts. This time, we'll start with bright-eyed crabs in mind. The first place is Zora's Domain. I first grabbed the Fleet Lotus seeds and the crabs surrounding the shrine. I buy what I want at the shop. Then I target bright-eyed crabs. There's usually some on pillars and some under them. Besides the crabs, I always grab the sneaky river snails in the back of the domain. I shoot the group of sparrows with a multi-shot bow lightning arrow for chickaloo nuts. There's one group by the entrance and one group on the steps. Grab the 3 chickaloo nuts by the very interesting side quest and get some chillfin trout in the water. After this, I head to Valruda. The moment you get there, the Sheikah Slate will go off. There are more bright-eyed crabs to the right if you drop down. I travel back to Valruda, and if the sensor goes off again, sometimes there are more crabs that didn't spawn the first time, so I would jump back down and grab them. This time, they're not there. If I do get them, I travel back to Valruda, and then I wind bomb across to the other side. There's a few Fleet Lotus seeds and possibly frogs, but I mostly go here for the hinox. I then jump down to the small pond for some octoroks, and I jump back down one more level for some bright-eyed crabs and frogs. Next, I wind bomb north towards the river to grab whatever fish and octoroks that are here. There's different fish like Marty Carp, Staminoka bass, Hyrule bass, and octoroks of course. Finally, back to Valruda, I wind bomb northeast for one more hinox. There's also 2 hardy truffles, then I'm done with Zora's Domain area. The next great place for bright-eyed crabs is the north side of Lanayru Wetlands. I go to the shrine, jump across the river, and you'll most likely come across a Yiga Blade Master. Grab the crabs and possibly some grasshoppers, and you'll also find a salesman selling bananas. If rupees aren't a problem, buy them all. If you want to learn different methods to farm rupees, check the card in the corner or the link in the description. Now the final place for crabs has a lot more materials to collect. I go to the shrine in the Horon Lagoon, but now I actually target blue shell snails. I grab whatever targeted snails I can find, but I make sure I make my way to the center and collect all the crabs here. There's also some porgy. Then I go further south to collect the 5 octoroks that are here while I search for more snails. I head west, defeat the treasure octorok, then continue collecting more snails. When I make my way to the end, I would climb up and defeat the Lionel for Lionel parts. Then I wind bomb south and follow along the cliffs west. There's a chance for nature to stop by, so I usually take something from her. Following the cliffs, there's blue shell snails, ore deposits, different types of crabs, and there's usually 5 groups of sparrows along the way. I like to shoot them with a multi-shot bow and lightning arrows to get all their chickaloo nuts. The sensor will eventually start pointing me north, so I wind bomb back to the other side and follow the beach back to the shrine until I find all the blue shell snails and crabs here. There's also a Hinox in the little peninsula, but I usually don't go to him because it feels like it's out of the way, but sometimes I do. Usually after this I have snails on the brain, so then I would head to the shrine by the Proxton Bridge north of Lake Hylia. I wind bomb east, collect the ore deposits, then I head to Daya village ruins. I sit until nighttime and target some sneaky river snails. There's usually 5 each in the wells, and they spawn randomly around the area. There's also a talus for some more ores. I then follow along the hills to make my way to the Farash Hills. Because it's nighttime, I always find blue nightshade, fireflies, and sneaky river snails. In the first video, I mentioned there are a few materials that you can only get from shops. And since shops restocked after a day, as long as you aren't near the shop, I sometimes head back to Goron City to get some Goron spice and sugarcane. Then I go to Hatino, mostly for milk. And while I'm here, I sometimes sit until night and go to Kilton. For me, this is the easiest Kilton to get to. I give him whatever monster parts I can afford to give him, and I buy all his monster extract. Another group of places I like to go is the Great Fairy Fountains. The Gerudo Fairy has some Saflina, Silent Princesses, and Endura carrots. The Horse Fairy has Endura carrots, frogs, and butterflies. They're here during the day. The Tepantha Fairy has Mighty Thistles, Silent Princesses, and Endura carrots. The Kakariko Fairy has Blue Nightshades, Silent Princesses, and Endura carrots. And the Aquila Fairy has Amaranth, Silent Princesses, and well guess, Endura carrots. After this ferry, I travel back to the shrine close to the ferry, but then I jump east. The Torn Wetlands has many materials, but I mostly focus on the 2 guardians, 3 big hearty radishes, 5 big hearty truffles, but you can also farm some Hyrule herbs, amaranth, and hearty radishes. With radishes in mind, the next place I go to is the Wetland Stable. The little forest south has 8 Endura shrooms, 11 hearty radishes, 4 big hearty radishes, and a coarser bee honey. After collecting them, I wind bomb east to defeat the Hinox and the Guardian. Then north to the Apelian Forest for another Hinox, another coarser bee honey, if it's there. While keeping Endura shrooms in mind, I head to the Satori Mountain to collect a whole bunch of other materials. I travel to the shrine, collect the mushrooms behind the shrine, then walk up the west side of the mountain. There's Silent Princesses, a hearty truffle, and a big hearty truffle behind a rock. Then I collect what I can at the pond. There's usually Endura carrots and Silent Princesses. I jump down a little bit north and collect some radishes. Then I travel back to the shrine. From here, I jump south and collect endura carrots. I then fly to the one rock on the ground that usually has a diamond under it. After this diamond, if you need some shrooms, the shroom tree has them all. I travel back to the shrine one more time, and I fall west towards the Rutile Lake. There are many materials here, but the more important ones are probably endura carrots, fleet lotus seeds, coarser bee honey, octoroks, and silent princesses. I continue to go down to the west around these trees. There's lots of endura shrooms and stamella shrooms. I then go east to the Delight Forest for more endura shrooms, radishes, big hearty radishes, and the southern part of the forest there are 15 zap shrooms. I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Thumbs up if you liked it. And the next place we're gonna go is farm some monster parts. I'll see you next time.